yesterday.
Yep. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another Boston Blue Beat. Folks, it is December 2nd. The holidays are upon us. The last month of the year is upon us. And, of course, like any other time of the year, we got some more Blaze Blue action. We took the break off for Thanksgiving, but we're going to be back in full force to end this year off right. I'm Salted Boy, joined here on the mic with the wonderful Deadword. How are we doing tonight?
Doing fantastic tonight. Yeah, 4 more weeks left to go until the end of the year. So we are getting ready to close off strong with some Blaze Blue tonight. Got some very highly seeded commentator action coming at you. So really excited to see that. Kind of people, you know, my contemporaries putting in work much better than I am. But yeah, we got JustATomato and Aerodat both seeded to get top 8, in addition to our normal dominant forces such as Don, Unsafeonhit, and Mastfam, of course.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this one turns out. And of course, I say this all the time. I go into any of these brackets, I kind of sound like a broken record. But, I mean, the players are just so strong. And no matter the players that do show up, whether it's a small tournament, whether it's a bigger tournament, I'm always excited to see how it turns out. Of course, we're missing players like Kobe, but that's all right because now we get to let some other players shine as well. Like you said, Dawn is the one to be looking out for. Definitely the one to, I guess, the favor to win it all here. But you cannot be sleeping on players like Mastfam, or you can't be sleeping on players like Quetzalgoatl either. So I'm excited to see how that ends up.
Yeah, Quetzalgoatl, unless my bracket is not resetting here. Pretty difficult bracket he's got in here. You're seeded to play into Don really, really early before top 8. And, you know, Quetzalgoatl and Don, 2 players who I would definitely put kind of top 3 no matter what. So that's going to be a really big weight kind of thrown into the bracket here. Going to really destabilize things and create a very dangerous loser side of the bracket environment.
Yeah, it is certainly a little bit questionable, but we'll see how that ends up turning out. And, you know, Quetzalcoatl's a strong enough player where even if he does get thrown on over to the loser side early on, I do feel like he can easily make that bracket run all the way to top 8 once again.
Oh, yeah. So many good matches to see coming up, and once again, this is going to be a very interesting top 8. I don't know how to call this just yet, but yeah, still waiting on our first match here. Looks like we got probably Mastfam going up against BurgerWindmill. The in-game names do not seem to be matching the start GG names, but just a little deduction. I feel like that may be what we're seeing from Mastfam.
At least one of them is correct. We got Mastfam in here. It's just a question of whether or not BurgerWindmill is the other player in the room. Because, you know, names are always not lining up. They're always trying to get their own goofy name. I don't even know what that says right there. But we're hoping that we can get this match started soon. It should be the round of 1, and actually whoever wins this one has to play against Dawn. So we've been talking about Dawn a lot here, and it's kind of scary whenever you get locked into Dawn that early on.
Please select your character.
Yeah, really, that's the bracket luck when you're getting seeded under like the 50th percentile. Like sometimes your round 2 is just gonna be get sent to losers, and that's what it's definitely gonna feel like with one of these players going up against Dawn. So dominant.
Yeah, but you're going to make it past. You're going to make it past round 1 first, though. as we get to see who gets to move on forward, BurgerWindmill or Master CJ. Of course, both these players they're regulars here at Boston Blue Beast, so of course we're going to be locking into the Azrael and the Bang here once again, and we'll see how this round start ends up turning out. Usually if you're Bang, you're doing that, you're backing up immediately, being in the air, trying to get out of Azrael's way and just be annoying in general.
We do actually have the message from Don saying that he's not actually a threat tonight. He's been playing a lot of Strive, and I'll believe it when I see it, but
he's playing Makoto. That's the next twist that we're not ready for.
I like that already. Master CJ block on the first 5D. That is a notoriously fast overhead from Azrael. Awareness there. Master CJ has seen this song and dance before, knows that layer 1 that Azrael's like to abuse you with, like to get you with.
Good DP call from BurgerWindmill and the RC to get the extension, but we drop the combo and we get burst baited as well. Not going to be a ton of damage, but the fact that that burst has been stripped away and we don't really have too many resources to work with, but that 5C will be pulling its weight.
Yeah, it does have access to super into RC here, so can't make that safe, and we do see the bait from Azrael, but mashing afterwards, not respecting the RC plus frames. And now, final hit situation here.
And there it is. If we're talking about scrambles, if we're talking about final hit situations, Bang is one of the best characters to do it. So Master CJ will be taking that first round here.
Yeah, really controls the pace of the match with that improved mobility. So Master CJ is totally in the driver's seat in that situation where you're choosing your engagements when the life is that low. Through the shuriken once again. These
so far, yeah, all those DP callouts have been really good so far for BurgerWindmill, but that defense in the corner is really starting to struggle as Master CJ mounts up this pressure here.
Okay, extension. Can the overdrive with the OD kill? No. Oh, jump over.
Good read here, try to go for a throw, but Master CJ going for that jump back up here. OD
what
activation.
A drop! And that was such a good starter, right? Invul through with the overdrive, through the command grab, that's a guaranteed punish. And just that little execution miss from BurgerWindmill really made it so that that match that looked like it could have ended right there was actually super winnable for Master CJ.
Yeah, we can already see this pressure start to mount up even in round 1 when we get to these final hit situations. You can see that we're seeing some slips from BurgerWindmill, one on not respecting the RC and another here on those combo drops. And unfortunately, because this is the first of 2, you only have so much time to adapt even after these slip ups. So we'll see how BurgerWindmill tries to bounce back.
Yeah, and still swinging with that 6B. BurgerWindmill making sure to take control of the air here. But, I mean, really has lost a lot of life this round to that poison debuff, taking a lot of damage. But now with the burst has very good corner positioning, but what a confirm from Master CJ.
And a great response there in the air as well. Just actually skirting around that 5C, which has been such a big problem button for Master CJ so far in this round.
Now, counter hit confirm, looking like Melty Blood. Had the life lead there, but wanted to make sure that he kept the corner positioning. Master CJ trying to close it out here. Once again, full meter, super available. Doesn't go for it this time in the right read from BurgerWindmill, but still in the end, those little drops are really hurting here in the clutch.
Yeah, so many times where BurgerWindmill could have taken these rounds, but we're just making these small slip-ups that are costing us the rounds. And right now, Master CJ is on a set point here. Full health, but not for much longer as BurgerWindmill finally gets Master CJ back into the corner. You want to keep Bang locked here as long as possible. You do not want Bang to have that kind of freedom to just roam around.
And Azrael can really bully you when you're above his head in the corner like that. So many moves that are air unblockable that just keep you in that pressure. And we're seeing it now. This corner positioning looking so good, but these drops are just mounting. Even with all these right decisions, BurgerWindmill cannot close out a round yet.
Don't speak too soon here. While you are in the corner, we do have that DP sense that BurgerWindmill has been boasting all throughout this set. I don't think a single one of those DPs have been blocked.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect little analysis there. These DPs have been really getting BurgerWindmill out of these bad situations, especially with the back to the corner. That is one of the hardest situations in fighting games, and BurgerWindmill has been just totally in it with the instincts on when Master CJ is going to disrespect these DPs.
Yeah, and just basically waiting for Master CJ to do those small slip-ups in his pressure, wait for him to overextend, and the moment we find a gap, we go for that DP, or even we try to go for those anti-airs if Master CJ tries to jump to extend that pressure. But right now, we're put once again into a very scary situation. Let's see how BurgerWindmill responds. The throw, the tech from Master CJ. We're not dying, not yet. And it looks like as long as we don't drop this next combo here, BurgerWindmill will be going down.
Oh, the double overhead there. What a way to end it out. And I gotta say, again, BurgerWindmill showing that growler at the end, again, I'm feeling like that was something that BurgerWindmill was not looking for. So many good decisions. The air control, the anti-airs were so good. The DP feeling had really good intuition with that. When it came down to it, the fact that the combos weren't finishing, that Bang was able to scramble out of so many of these situations, really, really hurting the chances of victory there.
But I do really like that final growler at the end there, even if it didn't work. But at the same time, I feel like that should have been an option that should have been represented in, I believe, like the first few rounds instead of that final round situation where we're already past that layer. And even if Master CJ continued to use nails to extend that pressure, I'm not too sure. Just being stable in that position, it is not really doing BurgerWindmill very many favors.
Yeah, definitely not. And while we're getting ready with our next match, folks, if you would, the Matcherino link is in the chat right now. Those codes are available to be claimed. You can log in with just about any sort of website or social media, and it would be really good for our players if you could just get in there and claim a code whenever you can.
Yeah, I'm sure the players would appreciate it as always, and it's a great way to support the community and support these next two players that are lining up for our first round 2 match, Systematical versus Deltarunner. And Systematical boasting a character that you don't always see very often in the form of Yuki Terumi.
I feel like this is a character that I see too much. He is so fun to play. People just love him, but considered to be one of the weaker characters in the game. His gimmick is to get more meter, and he kind of gets to spend it on things that characters normally have by default. So pretty funny in that gimmick, but he does just get to play with a zillion meter, get to use that 6C like that we're already seeing from Systematical.
Yeah, this matchup is kind of crazy though if you think about it. Terumi, people usually think of bottom 1 and Izanami top 1. So it's really funny to see the clashes of tiers here, but in a game like Blaze Blue with such a diverse set of mechanics, you can certainly fight against these top tiers if you really put your mind to it. And right now, unfortunately, Systematical is just stuck here in this corner, and Yuki Terumi is not necessarily known for his strong defense.
Yeah, and on the other side of the screen, of course, Deltarunner Izanami, one of the best characters in the game. Used to play Murakumo unit, I believe 13. So eventually made the character swap to one of the strongest characters in the game. Has been really working with it, seeing some of her best options there with the backdash and that grounded kick there. But, I mean, it's been really fun seeing Deltarunner bring this character to tournaments more and more, and finally getting the Oki down, which has been something that they have been struggling with in brackets past.
Looks like we will be getting this burst here to get Deltarunner off, and then right now we see that Systematical is trying their best to rush a Deltarunner down, try to find these hits, because Deltarunner so far has not really been respecting Systematical too much in neutral, just because we're popping that ribcage. We're not canceling that ribcage, we're basically running that barrier down and putting ourselves into danger state super early on in these rounds. And while Systematical is trying to take advantage of that, it's just the process of getting in as Terumi against Izanami is a very difficult task.
And Deltarunner's running such a really good layer 1 defensive setup here is going for backdash into advancing 2B really often. So that's that big backdash, get away with me, and then dash back in with this big, huge, annoying button. And Systematical really has to like overextend to try and punish the backdash, so is feeling a little bit unsure about it, because you could put yourself in a really bad situation if Izanami doesn't backdash, getting out with the burst.
Oh, we did find a hit, but Deltarunner immediately pressing afterwards, not believing in the confirm and popping that rib cage, especially in the corner. This is one of the scariest positions you can be in against Izanami. And it looks like Deltarunner will be spending some resources at the end of this combo. The power of the sun in the palm of our hands, and it looks like Systematical will be going down once again.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Deltarunner's making it work. Izanami is a character that I haven't seen as much, but I feel like Deltarunner is doing a different Oki than I've seen. I don't think the Meteor is supposed to OTG, but is working around it here. Still seeing like that meaty, really annoying drive follow-up, and yeah, here it is, getting in that ribcage guaranteed.
And yeah, you have to burst if you want to get out of that situation, because you cannot hit Izanami when that ribcage is open.
Here we go, a little ladder combo. With that, Deltarunner taking it over Systematical.
Yeah, with a perfect, certainly making a statement here in round number 2 as Deltarunner moves on to that quarterfinals to hopefully try and qualify into that winner's side of top 8. But that was a bit of a fast one, and now I think we're going to have to try to find our next match soon.
Definitely got some of that Terumi fun in. Saw the command grab connect. That's always a joy. Gets you a ton of meter.
Oh man, yeah, Terumi is so fun to watch. Basically, we kind of talked about how he operated at the start of the match, but what he wants to do is kind of be in your face for as long as possible, and build a ton of meter. He is the fastest meter build character in the game, and he can constantly link super after super and do so much damage if he lands those hits. But unfortunately, we were not able to see too many of those hits land in that previous game, but hopefully we'll see more of Systematical later on if we can get a really cool losers run later tonight.
Yeah, no, super would like to see that. Terumi always really fun to watch. GGF, really known as like the character representative right now. Super fun player to play against. He is always looking for like the hard read, and even though Terumi's like a little bit weaker, I feel like that the play style character match is really elegant between those two. Very fun character to watch being played by GGF.
Well, speak of the devil, I think we're going to be seeing Systematical pop up yet again. The problem with these rounds ending too early is that usually all the other winners rounds are basically told, hey, you can just go play your matches, right? So we don't actually save anything until winners round 3. So it looks like we're probably just going to be playing Systematical versus BurgerWindmill, because
this is really funny. They're just double dipping on stream time.
You know what? If you're getting sent into losers that early, I think both of these players want to be able to prove something on stream at least once. You know what I mean? You don't want to go out like that and then never be on stream again. So I'm happy that both of them get a shot here.
This is like my dream. This is my dream, is being like, oh, you're gonna, yeah, because it's gonna be whoever loses, so it will be unfortunate, but one of these players will have had 100% of their matches on stream tonight. This is 100% stream participation.
Oh, that's a really nice way to say that they're going 0-2. That's a very nice way to say that. But you're right. You're not technically wrong.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so great. Yes, we've already seen both of these players play tonight.
I love these matches. There's so much on the line here. There's pride, there's joy, there's your bracket life here, as one of these players will be going 0-2, and we'll be seeing exactly who is that player, as Systematical is finally able to score some hits here against BurgerWindmill. And another thing about Tourney is that he has one of the fastest run speeds in the game, so we're already seeing him chase down Azrael, who has a bit more of a limited movement options.
Oh, swinging in with this 6C, these plus frame. Wheel kick after wheel kick, exposing the high weak point, but the burst away from Tarumi.
And this is going to be a huge hit for BurgerWindmill. Gets 1 seal active, 2 seals on a board, but the mash from Systematical gets him out of the situation. And look at how much meter he's gaining. All of his drive normals are pumping that meter. And you just need to look at it. Look at that bottom left for just a little bit, and you'll be seeing exactly what I mean. As I believe we should be able to kill here. Actually, I'm not too sure now. We got the super here. Okay, no, that's...
Oh,
not
but
dead.
baited. Able to stay alive with the RC, but one hit away. Got a little greedy there. Systematical running a little too deep. Has to do with the plus frames with the dash forward. DP.
The DP!
BurgerWindmill, folks.
You're insane!
Rebel 2.
The dash up into the DP, that was a power move.
I will also say BurgerWindmill has thrown an unbelievable amount of 6Cs this game. Just swinging with those plus frames.
Yeah, swinging at the fences, but not really going...
No!
Oh!
Your 6C starter, Systematical, that's Tarumi's wet dream. Oh my, what the blocks?
1 weak point applied, but we're going to ignore that here with the super to get out of that situation. We have OD available, we have burst available. I think Systematical is going to be wanting to use some of those resources very soon here. Finding some air-to-air hits. An attempted anti-air for BurgerWindmill goes whiffing, and Systematical is going to make BurgerWindmill go fishing here in the corner.
Couldn't find the ender there. Maybe, I think that may be the throw startup animation. Oh no, the guard break!
Honestly, it's been such a long time since I've actually seen that super used that I forgot it did that.
Rebel.
Well, the knowledge check is real. I'm sorry, BurgerWindmill. They're bringing out all the stops for stream. Again, that's 6C, using that a lot.
Counter hit trade here. Oh, and the cross up. Azrael can be a bit tricky with that teleport dash here. Systematical red alive, and it looks like it's not going to be ending quite yet.
Oh no! Danger to mashing on the plus frames. Oh my gosh.
And the DP bait. That was so smart from Systematical, knowing the DP was going to come out, but unfortunately the RC was able to keep it safe, and that dash up was able to get a little cheeky cross up there.
Man, I was worried that that DP was going for chip kill. I was very, very scared for Systematical.
I mean, I think all of us kind of expected that DP to come at some point, whether it was for a chip, whether it was for a hit, because that's just how BurgerWindmill plays.
Oh yeah. Definitely in much more of a groove compared to the first round. BurgerWindmill seems to have found their stride here. Oh, but a very confident round start there with the dash forward 6A.
Anti-air, air-to-air combo, nice confirm. Ogi not gonna respect it here, throw counter.
Oh man, and was able to escape as well, but losing the RPS on the way down. Able to swap the corner positioning here, and Systematical getting the starter.
Oh, and stop blocking for just a minute. I have to wonder, was that another DP? Well, there's that DP coming out once again, and we're going to be getting a counter hit start because that's just the properties of those DPs. 100 meter on the table here for Systematical, but they just keep coming.
No!
They may whiff, they may get blocked, but BurgerWindmill is not going to be stopping anytime soon.
It's a disaster, folks. Oh, what an unfortunate burst there off of the wall bounce means that it's going to whiff, and now BurgerWindmill able to keep this offense going, knowing that there's no burst, no response from Systematical.
And with such a huge lead, BurgerWindmill really is throwing everything to the win right now, and we have the resources to go for the kill as long as we don't drop, and BurgerWindmill is going to be proving that he does not drop all of their combos as BurgerWindmill with a perfect finishes off that set 2-0 over Systematical and sends Systematical home. Well, sends them off their computer.
Off of the computer, but hey, 100% stream participation. Very, very good.
That's a reward in of itself.
Man, what a fun game between those two.
Please
And looks like
select
we're going to
your
be getting straight into another really fun game as we got Mastfam on deck. Mastfam versus
Unsafeonhit.
oh, Unsafeonhit. There we go. Yeah, I had to go reference the bracket there just because Homura Ukemi does not strike any cores here.
Yeah, this is not registered on the Start GG. But yeah, here we go. Unsafeonhit committing to the Celica pick. Once again, spending some time right now. A little low tier matchup. But Mastfam and Unsafeonhit are both huge representatives for their character. Really put in the work.
The influence of DS Move rings loudly. Alright, Gadget Finger already going for those RPS mix-ups. And we also are going to be popping that Spark Bolt to extend that magnetism. One of the key parts of Tigger's toolkit is bringing you to him rather than him to you.
Yep. Very nice for a grappler to have to force you to into the close range, but huge call out there from Mastfam, expecting Unsafeonhit to bait that 360, so instead going for the air command grab. And look at the damage.
It just doesn't stop. Okay, good. Good OD recognition there, noticing that I was going for the throw, so jumping out of that situation. And we're going to heal a little bit as well with that super, and all of that health is being recovered. Mastfam, all the work you've done so far is all to waste.
Welcome back, Street Fighter 4. We're so in it. The pickup now. And yeah, the life lead now so huge after that healing route. Unsafeonhit looking plenty fine here and will clean up the first round.
Oh, that was truly unfortunate, but a wonderful play from Unsafeonhit, changing up that routing in OD to get that maximum amount of heals as possible here. And we're going to be also setting Mastfam sky high with that DP. It's always super funny seeing the interactions that DP has with the opponent.
Yeah, Celica DP, very whimsical, not used to the dragon punches of the old days. She's just a little goofy gal, as we see it now with that huge backdash, trying to create space, but the Spark Bolt will pull her in regardless. Now magnetized and in the corner. Things are looking dire for Celica.
Oh, we go for the jump up barrier, gets anti-aired by that standing button, and once again, going for another heal.
The heal stress have been unreal, but this 720 punish with the overdrive activation. Look at that health. Oh my gosh, where did it go?
Doesn't really matter anymore. Straight into another command grab. Mastfam does what Mastfam does best. No matter the lead that his opponent may have, it can all end in a single grab.
Check it. Oh! The armor interactions are killing me here. What was that?
Certainly an attempt. The backdash. Another attempt at the throw. But in that instance, Unsafeonhit was still in the air.
We'll heal there on the ender, keeping the corner positioning, which is really important for Unsafeonhit here. Has to deal with the Spark Bolt on the mash. He's very careful about that right now. Really threatening with the overdrive and the meter. Yes, great boldness there. You know, we saw earlier Mastfam reading the defensive options, but a disaster interrupting me. Mastfam punishing that astral attempt, bashing her into the wall. Oh no.
Oh, you dare go for it. Oh, and the charged armor DP will be setting out that giant hitbox, catching Mastfam on the other side.
When do you think Unsafeonhit decided to do that? It
Do
was
what?
such a long combo. When do you think
Oh.
Unsafeonhit was like, I'm DPing when I wake up?
From the very start, I feel. The moment you got hit, No. Well, you wouldn't know how long that combo will last. I'll say like
Yeah.
midway through, they're like, okay, wait a minute, I'm just gonna DP at the end. You'll never expect it.
The minute you got punished for whiffing Astral, it's like, okay, there's only one way to double down on this. Oh, great backdash punish. Unsafe on hit, dealing with that very powerful defensive option, very confident there.
Oh, gives the stomp, stepping on those toes. What are you doing?
Setting magnetism with 2D, very helpful, and stealing the corner with it now as well.
But just jumping back into the corner once again. Let's hope that's not a mistake here. Good barrier though, pushing Unsafe on hit to a very unsafe range with those buttons whiffing.
I like how confident Unsafe on hit has been about backdashing the command grab attempts here. Has been really showing that on Wake Up a lot, and haven't seen Mastfam dealing with it yet. Packing a little extra damage, a lethal amount of damage. Celica is a little squishy.
Yeah, we really won't have to, as that combo was enough to kill. 4.8k, going for the full extension possible. Pick up with the gadget finger. What's it going to be? Magnetism is applied. So while you're waiting there, you think you're at a safe range. Well, of course, Tager can always pull you back in.
Oh, pull her down, Mastfam. Super well positioned here, dealing even more damage. Last hit situation for Unsafe on hit.
Flying across the screen here. And we don't even have OD either, so we're not going to be recovering that health like we did in those previous rounds. So Mastfam is looking to try and close this out as soon as possible, especially now we have Burst coming out, we have OD coming back, we have Resizor on hand, Spark Bolt, 15 meter, what is it going to be? We're going for the air stall straight into the shoulder slam, the elbow slam from the top ropes.
The double air stall there was so clever from Mastfam. My goodness. And a good burst there as well. We saw, I mean, plenty from DeMarcus Cousins, just how much damage that dive kick starter can do.
Marcus Cousins, are you missing something? Okay, charging up that Spark Bolt. And this is one of the strongest parts about Mastfam's play, is how he always finds some way to sneak in those Spark Bolt charges.
Yeah. Spark Bolt's such an important part of Tager's hit. Really makes it consistent the way that he can play his game as like a grappler in a really high mobility game. Big life cash out there by Unsafe on hit. Look at how much the health delta moved here. Big life lead now for Unsafe on hit.
Yeah, honestly, it's really interesting to see how Unsafe on hit, I would say, like, out of all the other Celicas I see play the game, they seem to value the health regen a lot more than just the raw damage. Compared to a lot of other Celicas in OD, like DeMarcus Cousins, for example, I would assume that he would go for basically the full damage combo rather than trying to heal in between.
All right, guaranteed punish there. Tried to bait the burst. Hard there by Unsafe on hit. That belief in the guess there that, you know, Mastfam was just going to mash that burst.
Yeah, the fuzzy, the big body, not being able to deal with those overheads too kindly.
Really taking the hurt from that. Good positioning, but the DP allowing Unsafe on hit to take center screen. And with that, will the
This
Astral
time?
finally
Sure.
connect? Unsafe on hit gets it. Healing up Mastfam to full health. What a kind player. Look at what a virtuous player. And oh no.
Brutus at 2. The mecha robot coming in from behind, finishing the job. And Unsafe on hit will be finishing the job on Mastfam 2-1. As Unsafe moves on to winners semifinals, qualifying into winner's side top 8.
Punching that ticket for top 8 as we've got our next qualifying match coming up next. We got Spritecranberry going up against Deltarunner once again.
I've seen Deltarunner on stream already, but Spritecranberry, has not been on here just yet. Well, at least for tonight, Spritecranberry has made top 8s in the past, and I believe I know Spritecranberry the most from BB Tag, funnily enough. If I remember correctly, Sprite does play Azrael, right?
That sounds correct. Yes, okay.
Yeah, we're hovering over the big guy. We're going to be selecting that guy. And Deltarunner rocking back in with the Izanami. I'm really interested to see how this one ends up turning out. Because Izanami boasts such a strong projectile game in neutral, I wonder how much of Growler I think Spritecranberry will be looking to represent.
That's very true, but I feel like Azrael really going to feel the hurt in Ribcage. Does not have very fast multi-hitting options here, so no real way to get through that hard barrier. Just has to play keep away, and has to play keep away with much weaker mobility than BlazBlue characters are used to. There's the combo! Oh no, but forgot to get the Ribcage!
Well, speaking of the Growler there, eating up all of those hits just like that.
Like you were talking about Salty, that Growler super helpful against all these projectiles that a Izanami can put out.
Duncan Deltarunner back into the corner, popping him up once more, and the damage so much here. Azrael really thrives in situations like this where Deltarunner has yet to set up Ribcage or has expended all their barrier using Ribcage, as Azrael is truly allowed to get those big damage confirms.
Full spend there, yeah, like big damage. The overdrive distortion doing a ton there. But at least now Spritecranberry will not have overdrive. So maybe Deltarunner can make this work, getting active flow off of the EA and dealing some nice damage as well in the field of skulls.
And so far, Deltarunner has been doing a great job at responding to these cross-ups from Spritecranberry, whether it's with a simple 5A mash or it's with a reversal like that super.
I feel like this is where Deltarunner has struggled, though. No burst, no Ribcage to keep you safe. And that's where the plan kind of falls apart. That's where Spritecranberry gets these big hits.
Catching out on some of those weak points. The overhead cracking Deltarunner on the skull. And Spritecranberry is going to be taking a pretty dominant couple of rounds there. Even if that health was getting a little bit low in those final moments, so far it really feels like Deltarunner was not the one setting the pace. It was Spritecranberry setting the pace this entire time.
Yeah, and really felt like Spritecranberry's defense was getting really rewarded there. I felt like Deltarunner was routing into unsafe options pretty frequently, both with the slide and the standing overhead. So, Spritecranberry just really getting rewarded for keeping that down back going and just waiting for Deltarunner to overextend on offense.
Yeah, I really like that you pointed out the slide as well, just being unsafe. Because it really feels like Spritecranberry probably has been studying that Deltarunner match from before with how much Deltarunner has gone for that slide, and Spritecranberry opting to block low a lot of the time and kind of let Deltarunner hang themselves has been such smart play so far.
Right, quick get off of me, and there again, the unsafe slide. Maybe a misinput there, trying to put the projectiles behind it to keep it safe. That's a pretty standard Izanami strat. And now getting beaten up by that 6C. That is a devastating starter.
The overhead here. We have the resources as long as we don't drop. And so far, I haven't seen Spritecranberry drop a single one. Go for the dunk and the Growler set up as well. Pretty good round there.
The speed. Once again, this is for qualifying winner side top 8.
In that moment, the Ribcage goes active. Sprite is immediately backing it, respecting a Deltarunner. But now you don't have to respect Deltarunner much anymore, even when in the corner, because Deltarunner is in dangerous state. We want our fatal counter starter here.
Yeah, oh my, okay. All right, danger ran out at least. Deltarunner, that was so scary for them.
OD, and that was the perfect button to OD on. We're going to be getting the full reward out of this hit. We have the resources. We can get the extended damage from this super, and that will be plenty. Overkill, if you will, to take out Deltarunner.
Yeah, Yeah, the Spritecranberry train, once it got its momentum, it could just not be stopped. And it felt like very even at the round start with the good spacing while Deltarunner had all the resources. But once Deltarunner lost like a burst, lost the barrier with the ribcage, it was all Spritecranberry till the end of the round.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good, really succinct way to put it there.
Yeah, and with that, Spritecranberry getting that winner side top 8. And I believe that we are all set up on the winner side then. We have Quetzalgoatl taking it over Don on the winner side. What an upset there. Going up against Unsafeonhit, and then Tubazo going up against Spritecranberry.
That's why I was so confused. I was going back to the bracket just to refresh myself after that really good set between the two players. And I saw Quetzalgoatl 2-0 over Don. I was like, wait a minute. Something seems up here. Maybe Don really is playing Makoto, or Quetzalgoatl is really locking in today. Either way, like you said, a huge upset, and Don not even able to take a single game there. I wonder like if Quetzalgoatl is really just on fire tonight.
Yeah, looks like we may have Don going up against ChemicalJade as our loser side qualifying match for top 8. I assume we'll be breaking into the top 8 after this, but what an exciting final match to watch on the loser side. Our own ChemicalJade going up against Don.
9 versus Aurelius. It's not all the time you see 9, but it's honestly one of my favorite characters to watch. Maybe because I've been brainwashed here living in Texas with all these 9 players roaming around, but I really think this is such a fun character to watch, and there's so much character expression you have with this character, and which spells you want to choose, and all the rooting you can be taking with her.
Oh, ChemicalJade off to a big start here. Don still holding that burst, but able to roll out and connect with the EA. Gonna put Don into active flow.
Sniping Chemical from behind with the doll. That's going to be taking that burst from Chemical.
Pushed away here, the hand of God. And ChemicalJade is on the offense here. They are running it down.
Alright, and we're going to go for the super to recharge the doll gauge.
A very good resource usage there by Don. He has played really so many games. Has just a feel for when he's running low. And great pickup there.
Yeah, just really, really good play from Don so far. Really maximizing that puppet archetype that we have here, in the sense that the doll is going to be covering Relius's back, and Relius is covering the doll's back. And kind of just making sure that we're not leaving too many holes for the opponent to exploit.
Yep, going on the offense there with no doll. Will eventually get the regen coming back now, and now fully ready to go. You see the second that bar turns blue, Don is heading in.
And so far, a lot of respect from Don to ChemicalJade, especially from that full screen range, knowing that Chemical really loves to represent that Navy pressure to pressure them from afar. But, ooh, okay, hold on. The rain actually connecting with Don in that moment, sends out the Amethyst, but the guard thrust will be getting Don out of that situation to mount his own offense.
Yeah, still plenty of bar to go on the doll. So ChemicalJade is going to be really hurting here, but an aggressive dash forward, catching Don on the approach. And with that, ChemicalJade switching the advantage bar towards their favor.
Doll coming from afar to finish the job. We got Invite Hell, that's what I like to call it. Invite Hell coming from afar there, finishing the job.
Yeah, nice little low poke to get that final hit, convert off of that doll dash forward. And with that, Don taking the first game here. Just about what we predicted, but no one could predict Don being on the loser side this early in the tournament. ChemicalJade has the opportunity to do a huge upset here.
Imagine Don getting out of the bracket before top 8. That would be insane. And so far, ChemicalJade is off to a strong start in this first round of game number 2. But a great throw from Don, and pretty solid spacing as well will be used to avoid that burst and punish ChemicalJade for going for that option.
Don't forget, Salty, ChemicalJade was also looking good at the start of the first round and gave one, and look where that put her, right in the corner once again, and Dawn taking that round.
You even saw that small late overhead there with that jump normal, catching ChemicalJade. That's a bag of tricks. Well, that's a trick that Dawn always keeps in his bag. Every single tournament you see him playing. It's just a matter of when that's going to come out here. And so far, Dawn has been getting a lot of reward off of those jumping overheads.
And look at the routing there to keep such good doll regeneration going. Super clever there, going for combo duration rather than combo damage. Really important, saving the doll with just a sliver less to go. Block on the full screen overhead. And here we go, Pressure City, plenty of resources to spend for Dawn, and this should clean it up. Even if there was a burst, has overdrive to lock it out. And with that, Dawn will be making it to loser side, top 8 here.
Very dominant performance. Immediately jumping back, taking out ChemicalJade, and moving on. Still, it is crazy to see Dawn being in the loser side of top 8 this early on. So maybe that's just showing us what's in store for the rest of this bracket here. But man, I was really enthralled by Dawn's play in that set. Even if Dawn took it 2-0, you can tell that ChemicalJade was really altering how Dawn played the game. Specifically, when you're playing Aurelius, you want to be playing from afar and kind of poking with the doll. Kind of like in a zoner way, right? But when you're playing against 9, who has so much bigger buttons, full screen normals that if you get hit, gets a hard knockdown, 4-9. They're all things that you have to respect, and Dawn was not playing that usual playstyle of sitting on the other side of the screen and tossing out that doll. Instead, had to play a lot more aggressive than normal.
Yeah, man, going in there, pretty brutal. And we got...
Okay.
Is that the Mastfam? Is there a different
like
mask in this bracket?
It is the Mastfam. He does have that 9 secondary, or I don't know if I would call that secondary in terms of strength, because I mean his 9 looks decent, but his Tager is just on another level. So let me see how Mass's 9 has been improving so far. Bringing out on the loser side of the bracket, looks like Mass has nothing left to lose, and especially having to play against Dawn and. If you manage to win this set, is definitely going to be tough, and Kentoki certainly has his work cut out for him with Hazama here.
Yeah, definitely, and I like the swap as well. Hazama definitely could harass Taker from those far distances. Mastfam opting for a much cleaner, a much more satisfying matchup to play, and who could blame him for that?
Yeah, Hazama, one of Tiger's worst matchups. But right now, so far, Mass is doing a pretty decent job, though. I don't think 9 really likes Hazama that much either. Honestly, no one really likes Hazama, right?
Always a terror to play against. Here we go. The block so far, counter hit, and maybe it was delayed enough that was a hit confirmed. Kentoki off to the races now, but that drop is really going to hurt his chances of taking this round.
Oh, and the Doomsday Clock. Now Mass just seems to not get hit, but gets hit with that anti-air from Kentoki. Lots of drops here, though. The stance pressure mix-up. Falling J2A. Pretty good here.
Fumble after fumble in the corner here. Go!
Unblockable!
The seed dealing with the EA, but look, it's just fumble after fumble. No one can take it to the end zone here. Good barrier to deal with the chip, but we'll get the 5B air unblockable to finish the round.
Kentoki is hammering that 5B button, and to Kentoki's credit, it has been pulling so much weight. +2 in such a great stagger normal, and such a great normal to poke with as well. Tonight on a deck, you better be blocking high, and Kentoki not looking out, doesn't put the hard hat on, not respecting those OSHA guidelines, and is going to be getting hurt into the process. Once again, you gotta be blocking high, wait for the falling object.
Yeah, Need to get those 30-hour trainings once again, but now really well positioned here, getting great damage off of that. And the quarter positioning is going to really help unless you don't get the knockdown.
Engine here, we should be able to get the double super combo if we choose to cash out all of our resources, but it looks like we're going to be holding on to that 50 meter because right now we are at dangerously low life for both these players. And what's really even worse too is that Kentoki is actually, I was about to say, it looks
perishing.
like Mass was in burst safe range for most of the time, but that burst was able to connect, but maybe for the worse, because now Kentoki is stuck in a situation where we don't have burst starting off this next round.
Yeah, now no chains, has to kind of wait here, block the God Hands, block the spells, block the God Hand, block the God Hand, block the God Hand, and now we can play again.
Being tricky with these teleports, getting out of Kentoki's way, respecting that movement, and jumping to the other side of that anti-air. And unfortunate for Kentoki.
These missed approaches from Kentoki have really been hurting him because he's just had to like stand still for so long waiting for the chains to come back. I feel like Mastfam was able to get so much chip damage, so much nice positioning, and
the fumbles. The fumbles are real, Deadward.
It's fine. The Rock will always bail you out. The Rock will always bail you out. And with that, Mastfam able to take it even after the dropped overdrive combo.
Even after that strong start from Kentoki taking the first round, Mast is able to bring things all the way back, though we really need to be cleaning up those drops there. Too many points where we're like, okay, Mast got it in the bag, but that bag just slips away.
The bag, where did it go? Bag.
We're not caught holding the
services
bag. We lost the bag.
All right, well, Kunzite in the pocket will connect. Not a hard call to make. And the Oki looking fairly odd. Ready to go.
We're going to cross up with the fairy instead, using it just to lock down Kentoki. And Kentoki thinking that we were in grab range, whiffs it, and that gives Mastfam a chance to continue this pressure and let that OD timer run down.
Ooh, backdash caught by the God Hand. Oh, but such good mobility getting past the God Hand and finding the counter hit as well.
Aggressive DP from Mass, but that DP is very small. He's not able to hit Kentoki, but Kentoki's still stuck in the blender right now, blocking God Hand after God Hand, and gets the air-to-air. And that's going to be the confirm for Mastfam to bring us to set point.
Looking very witchy right now. Diabolical. We're out of October, but the power is still here. Nine is still a good character. And Mastfam piloting her excellently. Storm's coming, but goes away on hit. I'm known for being a little weak to ODR, but Kentoki not able to get the punish after that. 5B not, or 5C not being recovering system.
Blocked from Kentoki so far, but this lockdown pressure, where's the gaps? How do you get out? And Kentoki finally finding a way. You are playing Hazama, so Hazama is known to just weasel his way out of pressure by going for the jump back, going for those chains, and kind of setting his own pace, but we're not able to set that pace any longer as Mastfam cuts that life short.
Man, Kentoki really wishing he had a Strive burst there. Mastfam keeping that super far away, super burst safe, and eventually finishing with the distortion to make sure that burst was totally locked out.
What? Now that you mentioned it, the Strive burst, what other games have a full screen burst?
Guilty
Like
Gear
Strive.
Strive. And I think that's it.
I think that's it, right?
I think it's
say,
because other games don't have Happy Chaos, so they don't need full
yeah,
screen burst.
you're right. They don't have Happy Chaos and they don't have Asuka. where all their roots are burst safe. Or Ramethal, but I guess Ramethal is not nearly as bad as an offender. Not to downplay, but just kind of upplay. You know, we're lifting up, we're being positive, we're not being negative. We're not bringing the Ramethal players down. Me, I'm the Ramethal player.
Elevating the Ramethal players.
Exactly. I was about to say BB tag, but BB tag's different just because you can react to the burst.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, burst can also whiff, so it feels
That's
less full
true.
screen. All right, and with that, folks, we're getting into top 8 winner side here. Quetzalgoatl, the Dawn defeater, going up against Unsafeonhit.
The war-tested Susano versus the fresh babyface Celica.
The wheel of fate
I say that, but Unsafeonhit has been going on such a huge run with this character so far. So whoever wins this one will be moving on into winners finals, and it looks like we're going to be starting things off strong with that jump in. JC, great button, very active, reaches very far as well.
Okay. Quetzalgoatl not able to get too much off of this overdrive just yet, only getting the unlock on the DP, but that is one of the most important special moves for Susano to get.
Yeah, and we're kind of just going down that flow chart, right? When you're playing Susano, there's 3 special moves you want to get unlocked. Your DP, your spin, and the ground viper. Because the ground viper and spin are going to be maximizing the damage and even kind of playing a little bit of part in the mix-up game as well. But even with a huge DP like Susano's, you cannot avoid the great backdash from Celica, baiting it out and bringing us down to even life totals.
Bold mash there. I was expecting Quetzalgoatl to
What
get
an
the run
option!
back. Look at the health right now, and he's got a gun sniped out by the 6A. You saw there the damage going through the armor. The green health was so much that Unsafeonhit was just a hit away from dying.
But dude, the DP into the DP, that was insane.
That was pretty smart. I think if that was not Celica, it would have been better, because Unsafeonhit wouldn't have taken the damage.
That's true, right? Because here's the funny thing about the DP, it's not really invincible, it's armored.
Yeah.
So you are still taking a bit of that damage if they try to retaliate.
Oh! Max range overhead. They're putting the pressure on, and the damage is going to really mount here. Celica can hurt you where it counts.
The DPRC, such a strong option for Susano because you can kind of just wait to see what happens, right? It gets popped. I think there's literally like an OS too, because of how much hit stun that DP has.
And Unsafeonhit really waiting here, just playing so much defense right now. Did get caught on the overhead, but now final chance here with the overdrive, looking to tie this up round apiece. Overdrive not able to punish, but look at that DP again from Unsafeonhit.
Drops the combo though, and Quetzalgoatl using the guard thrust to get out of the situation. 50 meter on hand here. Use the burst, use the OD, still in the corner. Gets out once again, and the tail catching Unsafeonhit from that max distance.
Yeah, really good buffer there, the 5B into the 5C. Give you time to hit confirm, make sure that did connect. Really good there for Quetzalgoatl.
Now we're going to that game 2 as Quetzalgoatl leads us off strong.
Man, Quetzalgoatl is so good right now.
He really
Playing
has been
so
improved.
long. It feels like it's been a long time. It was only so long ago. He was playing on Training Mode Network. All bright-eyed, now a seasoned Central Fiction player.
Aedra, you better be watching yourself. He's coming for you.
Coming Aedra. Oh, Fatal Starter.
Okay.
Can't quite get the confirm. Catches with the dome.
But this is good enough. We're getting 2 of the most important seals like we've been talking about. Ground Viper and the DP. And we should be unlocking Spin or Blade of Judgment. Yeah, we're kind of favoring the Blade of Judgment here. I think Quetzalgoatl just wants to use it as that big poking option from full screen like that. And that's going to be granting Quetzalgoatl set point.
Just like you were talking about, that sword really good at stopping Celica's approach tackle counter hit and getting quite a big reward for it, and well worth it. That would have been punishable if it had been blocked.
That DP hitting so high. It doesn't look like it'll hit that high, but it towers like a skyscraper, and Quetzalgoatl's health fleet is really towering over Unsafeonhit. We're not able to kill just yet. We're going to be able to unlock more of those specials, build up those seals, build up that meter, and try to take things out right now before we get that health regen right here with this super.
Yeah, able to go for the heal routes now and the reset as well. Still can't burst out of it because of the overdrive. And with the active flow, this is going to do increased damage and a little bit extra. Not going to be able to punish that. I think that caught the backdash.
It did?
No, Unsafe on hit,
Oh.
relying on that so much this game, only for it to betray him in the final moment as Quetzalgoatl continues on to winners finals.
That's so unfortunate because we've seen that situation happen in this set already, where Quetzalgoatl popped OD on that overhead. And in the last situation, remember, we were plus enough, or we recovered fast enough to where we could block before Quetzalgoatl tried to go for a punish. But instead, this time, trying to shake things up to their own fault, trying to go for that backdash and not respecting those giant normals that Quetzalgoatl has to his advantage.
Oh, he's got a giant play style, a giant personality, and folks, 5 days away, we've got the Boston Blue Beat local going down
True.
on December the 7th. Games such as BlazBlue Central Fiction, Uni 2, and Guilty Gear Strive, and even more that you see on your screen right now. And don't forget, every single week until we take a break, we are running BlazBlue Central Fiction on Monday, Uni 2 on Wednesday, and Plus R on Tuesday, I believe. I am willing to be corrected on Plus R.
That sounds about right. I think that's right.
Oh my gosh, I got it. The GOAT. The GOAT.
Yeah,
word.
you said 5 days, and I'm like, wait a minute. Is it? I was like, wait a minute. What's in 5 days? NOL? NOL is also in 5 days. And also, I know that the FG charity tournament series is currently running as well as BlazBlue on the 14th. So a lot of BlazBlue action, surprisingly, this month. I was like kind of looking at my schedule and looking at all the online and offline brackets so far, and I'm like, wow. BlazBlue is really busy in December, oddly enough. Boston Blue Beat, the FG charity events, NOL still running their thing. And of course, we have CEO Taku as that last big tournament to round up the year.
Yeah, everyone's really packing it in before the holidays start, making sure that locals are something everyone can get to. But we're getting into it. Next winner's top 8 match, we got Tubazo going up against Spritecranberry, the Arakune. Exciting.
Oh man, I love watching Arakune. It's really fun watching Arakune, but it's not fun playing against him. This is why I commentate, right? I don't want to play Arakune in bracket. Alright, the shoulder charge, shoulder checking. Tubazo like he's a monster hunter monster here.
Putting the hands on them. Great to get that burst out of Arakune. Really nice that he will not be able to use overdrive this round. Be really helpful, but you can see the mobility difference already showing itself with just how much Tubazo can hang around in the air while Azriel has to stay pretty grounded.
And right now, when it comes to a character like Arakune, he's like a feast or famine type of character. When he's winning, he's really winning, but when he's losing, he's not really doing too much. He has to get cursed to actually get something going, and so far, we haven't been finding those correct hits, but finally, with that one good confirm, it wraps for Spritecranberry. Are you able to block the bugs? The friends coming in full force. Simple pokes with 5A, the 6A, the burst from Sprite. But Tubazo just a little too far and not able to properly get that confirm here.
Huge fatal with the curses may be enough after this mix-up, and Tubazo will find it, taking the first round.
Dude, that's that was crazy there. All of that health being deleted in just a second like that.
And look at the navigation here. That is a really good starter for Arakune. Every time you get hit by that, you're like, man, I really get hit by that.
Okay. Decent amount of damage here, hard knockdown as well. And I love the fact that Tubazo ended that combo a little bit earlier than normal, just so we can get the possibility of resetting into yet another combo with the bugs while Curse is still active. Because once you're without Curse, well, Arakune kind of just sucks at everything.
Yeah. Really can't do much, does have access to all this meter, but so bold, no counter assault, no reversal. Just swinging in.
The 6C follow-up. Okay.
Tsubasa is going psycho mode right now. Stay away. This is a man with nothing to lose. Oh my gosh. And with that, taking the first game over Spritecranberry.
I love that option from him as well. Jumping back and using that giant air normal to basically set out this huge active hitbox that if Sprite decides to run into it or walk into it or whatever he did, it would prove to be very difficult to try and punish. So we kind of went for that safest option there and ended up working out for Tsubasa.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Yeah, and like you were saying, super active, so really easy to make Sprite accidentally walk into it. And also pretty hard to punish, so not really risking much by putting out that hitbox.
Blocking in the corner. Great match with the 5A. Well, not able to get that kill here just yet, but setting out the cloud that follows Spritecranberry. Still not able to get that curse activated.
Yes, saying it missed out getting the kill there instead of the curse is a next level Freudian slip. Because it really is the true stuck in the situation right now, blocking the hit grab, but still so many bugs on screen.
Yeah, I'm not blocking any of this, right? You're on your own here.
Nice pushing out, making the standing overhead whiff, but curse is unfortunately reset, which means he can be cursed once again. Tsubasa so well positioned, the Growler absorbing enough stuff, but will it be enough?
Good patience from Tsubasa as well, waiting out the Growler or waiting out a possible DP attempt as well, knowing that Tsubasa was in the lead in that moment, so didn't really have to overextend all too much and kind of let the bugs do all the work for him.
Okay. Setting up well. Once again, both of these characters with pretty linear mobility, but Tsubasa just taking the advantage because his works in the air. Able to stall it out, able to bait the burst, and the curse is incoming. You will pay for your sins. Oh my gosh.
One combo is all he needs, and that Growler is not going to be stopping anything here. Backing up, trying to get out of this middle of the screen, out of the red zone that these bugs are inhabiting in the 5C. Catching Spritecranberry on the approach and setting up curse yet again.
I was going to say, Sprite blocked that so well, dealt with the curse really, really well, but unfortunately that just meant that the bar was reset. There was going to be another opportunity for Tsubasa to instantly curse with that super and secure the win off of that. You can only block Arakune for so long, and with that, Tsubasa will be making it into winners finals.
Yeah, there you go. Out of curiosity, is Arakune's 6C does it low crush? I feel like it should, right?
I forget.
Like the animation feels like it low crushes, and I think that's why he's doing it over 6A, but I couldn't say.
The leak.
But also, you get a very easy confirmed 6CCC, so
Yeah.
I mean, well played from Tsubasa, especially just kind of varying those timings as well. Always like shaking them up and keeping the opponent on the toes. I mean, in that final moment, we basically waited very long until we went for that 6C, catching Sprite off guard. And it really makes Sprite second guess playing that defensive game. And second guessing Arakune is already, very, very tough.
Especially when Sprite did so well blocking that one curse. That was really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
We did get the Match Arena link dropped in the chat right now. We still have codes ready to be claimed. So while we're getting Mastfam versus Dawn ready on the loser side of top 8, make sure to get in there, claim a code.
Alright, we're dropping down to the loser side of the bracket. Mast popping in with the 9 against Dawn. You can tell the matchups that Mast really hates, and Relius is one of them. Or we're just trying to practice 9. Either way, Mastfam is going to be kind of giving Dawn a bit of a different flavor of 9 here. I talked about 9 a lot when ChemicalJade was playing, where 9 is a character that really rewards player expression, and we're seeing it come in right now, getting the hard to blockable in that moment and catch Dawn off guard to get that early lead.
Mastfam caught off guard with that command grab from the doll, getting hurt here. But that burst equalizing the situation, keeping Dawn in the corner. With that, Mastfam really well positioned and will take the round off of it.
Powerful, very dominant round from Mastfam. Looks like that 9 pick is starting to pay off, but Dawn has been so consistent with Aurelius for so long. It's just a question of when it all starts tumbling down like a tower of Jenga blocks.
Yep, and this is definitely where it can start with the whiff DP after the Dawn advantage. Now looking super good here, does have to find the unsummon.
It's even tougher for 9 to try and play defense as well. Mass played the DP card very early on, and 9 only has access to that DP when 9 has a stock available, and you need to be able to either get one of your moves to get blocked or manage to connect with the opponent, and so far we haven't been finding much of it until now.
What a good mash. Mastfam played defense for so long there, blocked it out, waiting for it, hard baiting the burst will not work out.
The Bomberman forcing Dawn to go take to the skies. Great block from Mass so far, but the EA attempt is not going to be able to give Mass much reward still, though. Dawn not able to get a proper punish on that, and we're going for the super to get a bit more damage out of that confirmed.
Whoa! Both of them press their full screen options. The doll behind Mastfam, nothing personnel kid, but the God Hand just a little bit faster and dealing so much damage.
And this is exactly why Dawn changed the way he played against ChemicalJade, because that God Hand exudes so much pressure if Dawn tries to go for those full screen options. Unexpected turn of events. Mastfam's 9 has taken that first game, but it's all a matter of if we can close things out. And this defense is just insane so far until that EA whiffed, which is truly unfortunate.
Face down, good stagger, but jumping out of the throw, and with that Mastfam well positioned here, keeping that fairly odd Oki with Cosmo and Wanda, but again, Dawn just staying out of this DP range. Caught off the ground, dealing full damage off of that combo, not the reduced tech damage. And with that, quick round going to Dawn.
Dawn already starting to respond in dominant fashion against Mastfam here. Good tech in the air there. No more air throws. No more air throws. So Mastfam has had enough of that from CEO earlier this year.
Taken to the ground. Seed starting there, and the reset into Kunzite. And once again, just all she needs, folks. The lady needs rocks. And diamonds.
In a similar fashion to that previous round, Mastfam responds with a strong one of his own. Double God Hand, fatal counter confirmed from full screen.
Oh, dodging the doll there. And the IB as well to tack a little bit more damage on, but in the end is Dawn finding the hit. But look at this mobility from Mastfam has been so important.
Catching the backdash as well. Dawn is going for all of the wrong options, losing these RPS games.
On his last legs now, the blue beat really gonna hurt there, but does find the scramble out.
Double teleport.
Whoa, and the good spot dodge on it as well. Now both players know burst available. Comes down to this. Dawn looking pretty confident in the clutch until he gets hit by this option.
We had the Morganite. We're trying to go for the unblockable, but the God Hand, the all reliable from full screen, will continue to pull its weight as Mastfam sends gone out of the bracket at 7th place.
And so, such a good option as well, because you saw their Dawn got caught by the second overhead, so just wasn't blocking. But after you block God Hand, it's so minus, you really want to be moving, want to be dashing forward, repositioning. So it does just catch you sometimes. That double God Hand is not to be messed with.
Yeah, for sure. Well, honestly, you know, I have to write a formal apology to Mastfam. You know those apology papers that you see as a meme? Well, I need to fill one out for Mastfam. I'm sorry. I was not familiar with your game.
Unreal levels of game. That 9, that 9 has hands, though. We're going into commentator extraordinaire JustATomato going up against Eterna.
Now, I'm not too familiar with Eterna as other people may be.
The Valkenheim pick?
Oh, is it? Oh, no, I think you're right.
Unknown OD Valkenheim?
No. This is Nisimono.
Wario cucked me alt?
Maybe. Or it could be, it could be Wario. But I'm pretty sure this is Nisimono. Anyways, people be changing their names all the time. Eterna with the Valkenheim versus JustATomato on the Kagura. This is interesting. We don't see Valkenheim represented all too often, partly because he breaks people's hands. But it is one of the cool things about this character is that he's as good as your hands are willingly able to play him.
He also has to learn a lot of character-specific OSs, which people also don't want to deal with, but very, very powerful once he is natural in your hands. We haven't seen it yet. Tomato kind of played a single-player game there, but we'll see it coming up next, Eterna.
Hopefully. I mean, Eterna here is in top 8 for a reason, and we're already trying to use the mobility with the Wolf. Though this is so scary, playing against Kagura, just because Kagura has these giant buttons they can toss around, and the amount of damage he does is absolutely insane, but the anti-air with the 5A was absolutely crazy.
That was too confident. Yeah, against Kagura, you got to deal with the C-FAF, the B-FAF, such good anti-air options with, full invult and air invul. So good. But the confidence to swing with that, but gonna really hurt here, that whiff C-FAF. Taking the punishment for it.
Overhead to confirm, but we're not able to kill, not yet.
Both players one hit away from death, by the way. Oh my gosh, B-FAF not connecting.
Alright, the burst from Eterna. We're both on our last legs here. Guard thrust tries to run out, but these giant buns that JustATomato throws out are just setting up this wall that Eterna cannot vault over.
JC by JC, step by step, Tomato taking the W in that round.
And you really have to be throwing at these preemptive buttons against Valkenheim, because if you're not, Valkenheim's going to be getting on top of you, and that's where Valkenheim truly starts to shine. We haven't seen that close-up pressure just yet, but once he's in your face, it's a constant guessing game. You're constantly doing coin flip after coin flip, but at rapid speed.
Doing well here. Now swinging with the 6C as well, which does cover a lot more space, but is more vulnerable to being whiff punished or punished on startup. So Tomato very confident to be bringing that button out now. Get out here, the cancel, not going for any stance follows, just the damage. Trying to make this combo last as long as possible to waste the overdrive time. Mission successful there. Eterna getting nothing off of that overdrive.
But is in active flow state, so we'll be getting a good amount of meter from this combo. Turns into Wolf and tries to dance around the screen, but these giant buttons once again are not letting Eterna in.
Tomato just so dominant right now. It's hard to deal with, seems so in control as to where Eterna is trying to move, but this hit could get it started here.
Alright, that's a good hit here for Eterna. We need to be finding a lot more of those. Valkenheim is not known for his damage. It is not known for, once again, doing a good job of dealing with those Kagura JCs. They've been doing so much work so far.
Yeah, Valkenheim will do a really long combo, then you'll look down and see it did like 1.5 damage. Can definitely really struggle in that department. Needs to win neutral a lot more than his opponent, and especially against Kagura, who can kill you in so few hits. It is very much the case there.
It looks like we will be popping that OT, meaning we're going to be having a lot of Wolf Gauge to work with, but that Wolf Gauge is not going to be playing much of a factor if every single attempt to approach JustATomato is reacting accordingly. You can feel like JustATomato is playing a bit like very patient, right? Reacting essentially to the times where Eterna wants to approach, and then just going for those big anti-airs, those big buttons, those big DPs, and it's just been such a potent game plan for JustATomato.
Yeah, it's felt pretty tough there, and I mean, you see Tomato's confidence in the matchup so much, just like knowing that he has the advantage in stopping the onslaught, and especially in the damage department. Like, Tomato can be wrong half the time in stopping the approach and still win just because of the damage differential. And you just saw how confident Tomato was holding ground in those situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing too about this, about Valkenheim too, is that he doesn't have a lot of health either. When he's in wolf mode, he can't block. So these are all problems that kind of mount on top of each other, and all play a factor in why Valkenheim is such a hard character to play and such a hard character to master as well. But
Great
now that
stuff
we
there.
have the 7th place players cleaned up, we're going to be going back up to the winner's side of the bracket to finally play our winners finals match between Tubazo and Quetzalgoatl Aracune versus Susano.
Yeah, getting to this deciding match pretty early here. Going to be seeing who will be getting into that grand finals. And I have to say, I've seen Quetzalgoatl play a lot of matches, a lot of Susano, but I don't know if Quetzalgoatl has played Aracune that much, his proficiency in the matchup. I do know Hollow is a kind of a TMN denizen, so may have some experience against him. So we'll see how Quetzalgoatl navigates this Aracune matchup.
We'll see, but the game plan should stay pretty similar when it comes to unlocking those specials. DP first, absolutely, you need this DP against Aracune, especially once he gets cursed on top of you, which I think we're going to be seeing right now.
Tubazo was so dominant at that round start there. The confidence was unreal. Tubazo playing so well. Second mix-up here, catches once again.
And the invisibility as well. Where is he? Quetzalgoatl, that health deleted in mere seconds and is going to be gone right now. Super popped up, feeding the swarm. And Tubazo takes the first round.
Tubazo with an unreal read there, felt that Quetzalgoatl was going to feel scared after Tubazo blocked the overhead. So instead of just like pressing a button to take his turn back to stop Quetzalgoatl from mashing on minus frames, instead just doing a little walk forward into the standing overhead and taking the round off of it. And now we've got Quetzalgoatl in the driver's seat.
1.3k unlocked all of the relevant specials here. Play the Judgment, Ground Viper Spin, and DP. And that damage is what I'm talking about. 4.2k, 4.3k, 8k damage across 2 combos just like that. That's the situation you want Tubazo to be stuck in.
Tubazo maybe not feeling that bad, though. Did get the burst out of Quetzalgoatl last round, which means that this curse will be active. Very good start here for Tubazo. Making good decisions so far. And no DP for Quetzalgoatl means has to hold this next mix-up. Activating Overdrive for the curse, but gets hit. This is a disaster for Tubazo. Needs to get a clean hit now for that curse. And Quetzalgoatl very well positioned, but we see it again!
And the burst, the 6-8 runs up. Quetzalgoatl mounting the offense here. Overhead connects. 50-meter on deck.
Both players are
One more mix
away
up.
from death.
One more hit. DPRC, and that's gonna be it. Quetzalgoatl on the edge of defeat brings it all the way back. with a sliver of health remaining.
I'm so glad that this is a first to 3. My goodness.
I'm so
Wow.
glad too. Honestly, I was kind of questioning. Honestly, I'm still questioning if Quetzalgoatl is experienced enough in this matchup based on how he's been playing so far. I don't know if you saw earlier, but Quetzalgoatl literally willingly gave himself curse. So, I'm not too sure how confident he is knowing the matchup, but right now, that game plan he's so familiar with already when it comes to Susano is still very strong.
Here we go. Blocking it out. Yeah, I'd say so far my read of it is that Quetzalcoatl is playing very scared in this matchup, and appropriately so. You are playing against Aracune, a character who one single mistake can really hurt you, and Quetzalcoatl so far navigating it, being confident where he needs to be in order to take these big advantages, and then winning off of them. The second time that overhead has came through in a major way.
And yeah, that overhead is doing a lot of work here, and Tubazo has yet to recognize it and block it accordingly.
Hurting off of it so
Cloud
far.
in the air. Gotta be very careful about jumping up and giving him curse like that.
Disaster.
Yeah, the thing about Aracune is the way he plays by setting up those clouds is forcing the opponent to play in a certain way, because Aracune without curse can't really do too much. And right now Quetzalcoatl is just ignoring that completely, and maybe a bit in character, right? Considering that he does play Susano.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl is just like resource round. I got burst back, whatever. And the back and forth has been unreal.
Rebel 3. Action.
Alright, final round, game 2. Okay, OD into DP, into the guard press! You love to see it.
No. The mobility getting past the curse, but what an anti-air there from Tubazo. Well positioned here. Really take it, but we've seen Quetzalcoatl come back from these. Counter assault not going to work. Will he still be cursed when the knockdown comes? Yes, he will. Has to live this combo. The chance is still here for Quetzalcoatl. The chance is gone. The chance is here. The burst.
The whip 5C, but no punish.
Oh my gosh!
Made of the guard
Quetzalcoatl!
thrust.
No way. This totally
drop it.
goes. Oh my gosh. 2-0 for Quetzalcoatl. One more match potentially for this grand finals.
We're down to our final game here. 2 games in a row for Quetzalcoatl, but man, he is toying with his own life here.
Please select your character.
Oh, back to the character select screen. Tubazo switching characters. Back to the mine. Oh, reliable.
Oh? Tubazo? The secret weapon? Oh?
Oh, hold on. S?
What is happening?
S is a horrible matchup for Susano.
Oh.
Is
We
Tubazo
actually
just...
have Quetzalcoatl in chat saying "oh?" question mark right now.
Tubazo really is just running around the top tiers, right?
Yeah, just
Going shopping. It's like, do I want to play an A tier or do I want to play an S tier?
Or
But
do
no,
I want
we're,
to play S?
That too.
Yeah, but here we go. Sticking with old reliable,
Wheel of Fate
the
is
Aracune.
ready.
Maybe just going for the mental damage with the different hovers there.
And there it is, another whip 5C. Tubazo has been hitting some of those 5Cs, but a lot of them have been whiffing, and has been getting Quetzalcoatl so much leg room to work with.
Get out. Perfect on the board already. Quetzalcoatl trying to solidify this lead, but the
He stuck a
reversal
little too
throw.
soon there. The burst, the 6A once again, the 5C going to be blocked this time around, and a ground viper to rush right in.
Rebel 2.
Check it out, the Quetzalcoatl dominance.
Set point here. This could be a potential 3-0 for Quetzalgoatl. Let's make this clean. But Tubazo is going to be getting cursed as well. So this round could be a crapshoot.
Really well advantaged here. Look at it. Tubazo, the corner pull doesn't work though, and now Tubazo in the corner. Hit grab not connecting either. Quetzalgoatl now really well positioned with Tubazo's back towards the corner. This is where the big damage comes back. And you see that burst, Tubazo being scared of that positioning.
Obviously, the jump cancel, the insect, the bug, the spider coming from behind. Sets up the tracking cloud on Quetzalgoatl. Now you got to be very careful about staying stationary because you're going to be able to give Tubazo curse once again. And now Quetzalgoatl has to be bargaining with the devil right now to try and get out of this situation.
The Faustian bargain, will he get it? Yes! Tubazo now, little low on burst though, will not have that escape hatch once Quetzalgoatl starts going in.
And the back and forth has been crazy so far, but it is truly a back and forth because Tubazo has yet to break the system, break the cycle, and Tubazo has yet to close out a single game here. Will Quetzalgoatl take winners finals and move on into grands? It's looking really rough as Tubazo is going to be getting cursed very soon here.
Has to stay away from that cloud unless you get cursed. Quetzalgoatl though, going to be burning through that curse timer as this combo goes on. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
But immediately Tubazo is able to claw things back with the bugs helping him out with that curse meter still running down. But a good chunk of that curse has been depleted because Quetzalgoatl ran in with that combo there. Draining the timer, the anti-air, bringing Tubazo to the other side. Yeah, you have to burst or you're going to die there. 100 meter on the table though for Tubazo.
Oh, couldn't get the curse off of that. The cloud did do a nice bit of curse build up there. Will not need as much of the combo to make sure you get it. Does get the confirm afterwards. The second super will not kill. And bursting out to make sure that he doesn't get cursed. Counter assault away. Quetzalgoatl is spending everything and does find it. And with that, Quetzalgoatl 3-0, making it to grand finals.
Oh my god. What a set of games. 3-0 for Quetzalgoatl, but a hard-fought 3-0. Constantly playing with death, and looks like Quetzalgoatl traded a bit of his soul with the devil to survive those curse interactions, because now Quetzalgoatl is sitting in a winner's side of grand finals.
Unreal. Unreal.
Well, where do we go from here?
We're going to Mastfam versus Spritecranberry. Will we finally see the Tager come back, or will Mastfam be sticking it out with the 9?
I honestly feel like thinking logically here. Wouldn't Tager be the better option here?
I think you gotta eventually go back to the Tager. I mean, I have seen that the matchups have been really bad. And we do see it Mastfam with the Tager lock.
Yeah, it's Tager into Azra or Tager into Ragna. Interesting enough, right, going for the switch. I think are great options considering that both of these characters want to be up close and personal with you.
Oh,
And I'll say Ragna a little less so, considering that he has those mid-range buttons to work with. But you know him for the 5A, the 2A pressure. You're going to be very careful trying to go for those staggers because you can so easily disrespect it as Tager.
yeah, and with that low health that Ragna has, will really be feeling the damage off of any hit. Like this one here. Oh my gosh, getting torn apart.
The combo just keeps on going. When does it end is the question. And mashing out with the 2A, but not reaching far enough to actually do too much against Mastfam, especially just going for that safe option of backdash. But now Sprite taking Mastfam to the other side of the screen. Mastfam applying the magnetism with the spark bolt being blocked. Now Sprite has to be careful, try to run down the magnetism timer.
Yeah, that was great from Sprite. You saw that stare down there. Mastfam not wanting to pull the magnetism too early. Both players playing around that mind game very carefully.
Into the OD, but even with EA, I don't think this is going to kill.
Yeah, I mean, this is active flow EA, and the minimum damage is not enough. Needed the 50 meter there. Now this is an opportunity for Mastfam to make it happen. A lot of meter, full resources could definitely do something. You're dead. You're dead.
That's dead.
We don't need to consult Sajam here. That's
No!
Oh
we
my!
dropped the combo! And we tried to go for the super, and it whiffed. And because it whiffed, we couldn't cancel it properly. Oh!
I'm mad.
I felt that. I felt that.
How did a Tager get that hit with overdrive and 100 meter, and Ragna lived?
Dude,
right,
okay.
here we go.
Mastfam atoning for his sins here, atoning for his past mistakes. He's a different man, a changed man, and wants to at least take a round and not go down here without a fight. Scoops him out of the air. And I feel like, honestly,
All right, that was hype.
I want to say Mastfam has been looking for that option a lot so far. I feel like he's been playing so patient, waiting for Sprite to jump.
That was hype. I'm so desensitized right now after that hit not killing. Feels like the joy's gone.
The love of the game is not there anymore.
What was it all for? I just wanted to see Ragna get like, obliterated on screen, like his molecules all sent to different parts of the galaxy. Now Spritecranberry well positioned here. Spent the overdrive, but did get a good bit of damage and lifesteal off of it. Mastfam will take the corner.
Solid pickup indeed. That Spark Bolt is going to be coming back as well, so we can use it once again after this combo if we so choose to use it. But we don't need to use it, especially now that Sprite is stuck in the corner. And with the Gadget Finger RC extension, Mastfam is going to be taking the first game.
Man. Good stuff there, and don't forget we are back in first to land, so less time to adapt here for our hero Spritecranberry.
It's really interesting to see that, and this is one of the things I kind of talk about when it comes to Spark Bolt a lot of the time, is that you don't actually need Spark Bolt to hit most of the time. Like, if it gets blocked, sure, it kind of sucks a little bit, but overall you're fine with that because you're getting that magnetism applied, and really that's all that matters. That is that end game for Tager.
We'll have the Spark Bolt built soon here, so Sprite's gonna have to pay attention while Mastfam's playing defense. Does find a pretty big hit here though.
Staircasing Mass up into the air to a OTG and the backdash immediately. That is a grappler player if I've ever seen one, and we're going for the timer scam at 60 seconds. I don't believe in Mass keeping this up for a minute. A minute?
Oh my.
Okay, hold on. We've had some close calls here, but looks like Mastfam is getting a little more consistent at keeping things together. Hey, all right. When does this end?
The loops are in.
We're not at a major anymore, so it does not cap at 10 seconds like normal. Okay, but here's the real.
Oh no!
Oh!
Overdrive gets hit anyway. That was so big brain from Mastfam there, knowing that he could just get the resource out of Spritecranberry, dropping it there just to get the overdrive.
Dude. The funny thing about that timer scam as well is that Mastfam didn't even have the life lead. He was doing it for the love of the game.
Woo! That's a different kind of hating, folks. Just do it for the love of the game. Check the magnetism on Ragnar right now. Really gonna hurt off of that. Full charge Spark Bolt once again. What a clash! Looking anime as hell.
Blocks, tries to pressure with the low, but that's one of the problems that Ragnar is so consistently deals with, is the fact that that barrier just pushes him so far away from that low range there.
Get out, ladder combo coming out.
RC into the axe kick, but not able to kill. And the Spark Bolt finding a hit for real this time. That is dead.
Spritecranberry really regretting not being able to convert off of that, paying with it. with his tournament life, Spritecranberry will be eliminated by Mastfam.
The one time Spark Bolt lands, and that won him the game. But man, Mastfam really is just he's really just having the time of his life here, and that's what we love to see. He treats every bracket like a net play bracket, and that's one of my favorite parts about this guy. But anyways, huge shout out to Days for the raid of 46 new viewers. Welcome, Boston Blue Beat Blaze Blue tonight here for December 2nd, and we're right now playing the last losers quarterfinals match between Unsafeonhit and JustATomato. That match you just saw between Mastfam and Spritecranberry resulted in Mastfam moving on to losers semis. So we only have 4 sets remaining, but stay tuned if y'all love Blaze Blue, because these sets are going to be insane, especially now that we have JustATomato and Unsafeonhit, like I said, coming right up. Kagura and Celica, 2 characters that are usually seen on the weaker side, but always super fun to watch.
Yeah, no, these 2 players both play characters that are considered a little bit more low tier, but they have so much belief in their characters' strengths. They are both just like, yeah, Celica and Kagura are like the best characters in the game. So really going to be able to see these players flex characters that are not seen as often.
Yeah, man. I feel like DeMarcus Cousins the fourth. You guys say the full name, or Bobby, or DS Move, whatever you want to call him. I feel like after that Evo win, 10 new Celica players were born. And those 10 just so happened to be the most dedicated Celica players alive. They saw that and they were inspired.
The GOATs. Yeah, Evo winning
Celica. Oh,
Celica.
Yeah, Ice Cool. You got it. Ichigo X Rukia, Burger McNasty, Basketball America Jin. That's another one. Let me see. What are the other big names? I feel like there's one I'm missing here.
Bring back World Block Tree.
Dude, honestly, bring back Ichigo X Rukia. I think that's a hilarious name. get the people. Like I feel like you have more enemies if you go with that name. That just makes it more fun. You become the villain of the bracket.
Every single person wants to be my enemy.
I still haven't watched that show.
You gotta watch it just for the theme song. And here we go.
True.
Kagura going up against Celica. Unsafeonhit versus the one and only JustATomato.
Simply JustATomato, a vegetable. Sorry, no, my bad. Just a fruit.
Just a fruit.
Alright, here we go. And immediately going for the fireball into the flash kick. Fireball whip. Oh, flash kick is the next best option.
Get into it. Whoa! Gonna be big on that overdrive. We'll get the guaranteed EA, the guaranteed active flow, and the overdrive back from Unsafeonhit. Big bait there. Keep it safe with the RC, and no meter from Unsafeonhit means there's no way to get that regeneration going. We'll be stuck at this low health.
Okay, one more hit here to get this kill. But the armor DP coming in once again, coming in clutch, tries to go for a YOLO overhead in neutral, but a little too far away, and JustATomato is able to take that kill and take that round here.
Man, that was really good, hiding the overhead with the screen pull. Didn't work out in that situation, but that's a pretty clever way for Unsafeonhit to sneak in a mixer.
Okay, straight into the EA. This is going to grant JustATomato an early active flow state.
Get out. Good IB there. Trying to find the opportunity to get out, but a huge drive follow-up, but no confirm there by Tomato, not able to get enough. And, oh my gosh, Unsafeonhit going to make him pay the punishment, also healing up in the meantime.
Yeah, of course, that is the super that Unsafeonhit loves the most, but if you're going for the heals, you're not going for the kill, and JustATomato is just simply alive as he is able to take away Unsafeonhit's life in that game, as now JustATomato is sitting on a 1-point advantage.
Had to do a pretty hard bait there because the RC was there. Needed to make sure that the DP whiffed, so Tomato had to go extra hard in baiting.
Once again, we're going with that same approach with a simple round start. Fireball will work out this time as Unsafeonhit chooses to stay grounded. And honestly, I'm surprised how grounded Unsafeonhit has been playing so far. I feel like if you're playing Celica, you really got to be abusing those dive kicks a lot more often.
Check it out. Big overdrive starter. We'll see the heal and the pick up as well. Close this life lead, but Tomato just looking too strong right now. Hard baiting that DP over and over again. Tomato has seen it too many times to not try and bait it. No, facing the punishment though, able to get out with the DP RC of his own.
Okay, JustATomato throwing out the JCs, hoping that we just run into it, and the burst coming out, wanting to believe in the round. But the Wyvern will be ending it.
Looked like maybe a low-profile attempt there from Unsafeonhit. It's tournament life now, though.
Jumps over the JC, but couldn't avoid the DP.
Pressure, pressure. Well-positioned, big starter. Their counter hit 5C. That huge sword swing is going to put a dent in Celica's life. I don't think the super is enough. The world may never know because we dropped the combo. And the CDP gonna finish it off there for JustATomato.
Really speed running that. There's really speed running those rounds in those games. Even with that health that even with the health that Unsafeonhit continued to recover. It really feels like the way that Unsafeonhit is choosing to play is unsafe. If that makes sense, right? we're willingly playing unsafe because we're always trying to use that health recovery as that safety net. But because you're playing in that fashion, it feels like you're always playing from behind without ever gaining any real advantage because you're always spending that meter on those heals instead of trying to go for the damage.
Yeah. Unsafeonhit really believing in it as the winning strat, though. And definitely not going to knock him for that. But now Tomato has to stay in the room as Mastfam is approaching.
And now JustATomato is in the hot seat. It's just a matter of how long he can stay in it until it becomes a little too hot. As now we are playing against Mastfam. The question is, once again, are we sticking to the 9 or are we going to go continue playing the Tager?
Let's see it.
I think this is another matchup where Tager is fine. Because I feel like, Kagura kind of loses to simple system mechanics like faultless defense to the point where Tager will be pretty viable into Kagura even with those big buttons.
Oh, yeah.
Or we could play Bullet. I know he also plays Bullet a little bit. He's pondering his characters.
And don't forget, folks, we
9
have
might be a thought.
30 Matcherino codes remaining, and also big shout out to Sensei Cream Puff for the direct contribution. Super helpful and super recent. Thank you, Sensei.
Alright, looks like we're locking into the 9. No more grapplers, at least not here for losers finals in this first to 3 setting. Oh, sorry, losers semifinals. We're still in losers semifinals. First to 2 still. My bad.
Yep, gonna weather the storm. See who is going on to face the one and only Tubazo in the loser
Oh, you know
side.
what? Actually, no, this is a great matchup here. I completely forgot one thing. Remember Rock? Kagura hates Rock so much.
Oh, yeah. Overdrive is not invincible enough to invincible the whole way through the Rock. Does have to block or do something invincible eventually, and Tomato going to pay for his crimes in the biggest way there. First round going to Mastfam.
Yeah, how could I forget? This is one of Kagura's worst matchups.
Yeah, Kagura really struggles here.
Alright, Fairy's coming out. JC knocking 9 back down to the ground here. one good advantage that JustATomato has to his disposal is not only that anti-air game, but also the size of his buttons. It's kind of a similar situation to how S operates against 9 matchup, 3 God Hands in a row.
Charged characters will not block overheads. Okay. Charger block on the rock. Able to get the projectile out, but stuck blocking the seed. Trying to pollute the screen a little bit more. Great BFAF. Probably confirmed that the second dash was not coming out there. Very smart by Tomato.
And the pressure keeps on going, but it's going to end at some point without any meter to RC and extend.
I don't know if this scales enough. Definitely not going to build a meter.
No, not quite. We're going to need one more mix-up, and we're just going to go for the simple rock into God Hand, and we're not blocking high.
The double God Hand claims another victim tonight. Oh my gosh.
Oh dear. Not even double God Hand, man. It was a triple God Hand. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a triple God Hand.
Just keep doing. Just keep God handing.
Alright. Mass finding the first few hits, and JustATomato already spending that burst. Stuck in the corner without a clear option out. Charging that DP, but that God Hand will be forcing JustATomato to stand and get rid of that charge.
Oh my, the mirror stopping the escape attempt there by Tomato. And Mastfam taking full advantage here. One more mix away. Oh no. Counter assault, 50 meter for 50 meter.
And right now, Mass is playing as patient as possible, waiting for JustATomato to slip up here in neutral.
Good command grab.
Whereas for Mass, I think we're just trying to create some space so we can go for another God Hand or another rock. And JustATomato is starting to block them a lot more efficiently, but an attempted DP from Mass from that max range. I'm not too sure about that option there because
he just did it.
He did.
And the pendulum sometimes swings back a little bit faster than you expected. Tomato, really quick round there at the end.
I mean, I think really all it is that JustATomato is playing that better defense. He's really adapting to how Mass is abusing those Kunzanite, abusing those God Hands. And remember, we talked about it earlier. God Hand is very negative when blocked. So JustATomato can take back his turn immediately if he's within that range.
Pressure here, reset, but once again, the invul to bait it out, make sure that Tomato can't spend the 50 meter to make it safe, but undeterred going for it once again, has to deal with the rock.
The flash kick, Mastfam and JustATomato on even life totals. The rain and the Wyvern was so smart to get out of that situation. And the burst bait from Mastfam reading JustATomato like a book. And Mastfam is now on set point.
That's so tough there as well because Tomato was up around and now down that burst. Gonna really struggle here. No overdrive and no burst yet. Finding all the right hits though and pushing Mastfam into the corner. Tomato very good here at the start.
DP misses, but no punish from Mass. But we go for a God Hand into Kunzanite. Good chicken block. Doesn't have to worry about blocking high or low, and also able to keep charge while doing that as well.
Okay. Tomato now one hit away. Oh! Instant overhead.
That was clean. Now we are at final game here. One game apiece for both of these players.
Oh my gosh. Tomato making it happen here. Mastfam.
I mean, honestly,
putting
like,
in the work.
really the key here was just blocking those overheads. That's really the key here.
But it's so hard to do as a charge character. You just want to keep that down charge all the time. It can be so painful to block an overhead.
Absolutely. So JustATomato is adapting really well, though. OD is going to mess up that string for Mass and not able to get the spells that he wants.
Oh,
Block, but the trade actually being very favorable to Mass, able to get a combo off of it.
get out pressure in, connecting once again. Mastfam really dominant here. With this meter can definitely force, unless Tomato's so bold in taking back the turn. TRM on the command grab.
And that was just really smart.
Yeah.
That flash kick was just really smart from JustATomato, knowing that Mass was gonna go for an unblockable setup and saying, you know what, nah, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Slowing the pace down, BFAF connecting. Tomato now trying to get to this losers finals, trying to face down. Oh my, what just?
And out of the range of the DP as well. Mass has been going for that DP so often, but is just not being cognizant of that range, that tiny bubble around 9 that's not hitting JustATomato.
Careful of the EA there, but Mass just mashing out. Gonna get some extra damage with this overdrive. Going for the EA.
4K, but the rock missing. That is devastating for Mastfam, as now JustATomato is able to clear the fence and get into Mass's face, as JustATomato is able to take it 2-1 over Mastfam, winning 2 games in a row after that a little bit of a weak start.
Whew. All right, and JustATomato on the chopping block for the 3rd time in a row. First winning that match against Unsafeonhit, waiting in the lobby for Mastfam to show up, and now waiting. Oh my gosh, did I get that wrong? Maybe StartGG got it wrong.
No, yeah, no, they're updating it right now.
Excellent.
and putting the scores a little bit wrong. I was about to say, don't look at the bracket yet. Don't look at the bracket yet.
I was like, what's going on? I saw what happened last match.
JustATomato forfeited the game. I don't know. No. We're now at losers finals, folks. 2 more sets to go, and we are in finals territory. First to 3 territory. Tubazo versus JustATomato.
Very exciting here. We've seen Tubazo is such a solid Arakune player, has such a good vision for how the match is going to play out, and also very, very good with the anti-heroes that he's getting. That 5C always looks so good when it's coming from Tubazo.
Alrighty. Kagura versus Arakune. Honestly, in a pickle. I don't know how this one's going to go.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
But we are going to be finding out here. And immediately Tubazo running away, retreating. So we can set up those cursed clouds and get JustATomato's timer started here.
Yeah, the battle of the T's here, Tubazo versus Tomato, but Tomato already looking really confident here, slowly pushing Tubazo to the corner, and then focusing on contesting with the BFAF near. Quick burst there, making sure not to get cursed, but that 5C, Tubazo looking really good here.
And even better now that we have curse applied. There's the knockdown, the double cross up here. Good blocks from JustATomato. Fantastic blocks from JustATomato. But we can only last so long until we attempt a flash kick to get out. And now Tubazo is able to get curse applied yet again.
Yeah, Tomato really gonna die here. Plenty of supers available, double super available. And I really liked the idea from Tomato there, was blocking so well, and eventually thought he saw the opportunity to punish it with that CFAF, and Tubazo already a step ahead, moving out of the way.
using that burst as well. That's really rough. But, you know, JustATomato used that burst to try and not get curse applied like the first interaction. But the second interaction will be applying that curse, and the damage just continues to build here. Attempted to flash kick, but those bugs are going to pick it up regardless. Into the super. Is it enough? Yes, it is enough to kill.
Yeah, you really feel like you have to pay the piper sometimes with that burst against Aracune. You really would rather have overdrive, but it's just like, man, I got to get this guy off of me. If I get cursed, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, that's really how it feels playing against this character. Once again, Aracune is that feast or famine type of character. But right now, Aracune in this matchup is kind of feasting too, because Kagura is not known for being very quick in terms of movement speed or movement options. And his big movement options like Wyvern are very burst heavy, if that makes sense, where it's a big forward momentum of movement, but it's also very unsafe in some certain situations.
Yeah, what I'm also feeling as well is usually Arakune's teleports are not considered that good, but because Kagura's buttons have such long recovery, Tsubasa is able to be advantaged or even punish some of those buttons after a teleport.
Yeah,
that's
we've been seeing
really
that too,
hurting Tomato.
with like those very aggressive teleports where he teleports in and just kind of goes under those sword hits and punishes him like that.
Really tough for Tomato to deal with.
But that DP coming in. If Tsubasa chooses to go for that air approach, he's always going to be aware of the fact that JustATomato may have that DP on deck.
Okay, good pressure there. Barrier to stop the air unblockable.
Huge hit here.
Tomato. Oh no!
Jump cancel. Cloud is active.
Our hit starter.
Tsubasa much.
This is Tomato's opportunity, though, looking to tie up the rounds. Tsubasa, though, never out on Aracune until you teleport into the 2C. Really going to get hurt there. And tying it up, game of peace.
I feel like the adaptation we need to see now from Tsubasa is playing a bit more grounded. As much as Aracune wants to be in the air, JustATomato is getting so many stray hits off of these DPs, and even confirms as well. That's making it hard to play that same game plan.
Oh my god. Here we go. And again, this mobility versus big buttons is so interesting. But Tomato, once again, so confident in the B Fafnir. Really feeling that that weird Aracune air movement is not enough.
And we're already starting to mix up the air approach as well, baiting JustATomato into trying to go for the anti-air and teleporting to the other side like that, and not able to block that curse. A mix up here. Tsubasa ending that combo early so we can open up with curse yet again and attempt to build curse here. 6 CCC will be doing the job, simple as.
Brutal. Tsubasa looking so strong in that round. So dominant here, and just like you were saying, Tsubasa getting used to mixing up the air approach here, making it harder to be fast.
Counter burst from Tsubasa. Interestingly enough, very low health, but Tsubasa really believing in this and is going to be believing in it even more now that we have Curse active. And in this kind of situation, you know, once Curse gets active, you kind of just don't interact with Aracune for the rest of the game, it feels.
Yeah, it can be really tough. Has eventually run out now, but Tomato has to regain the focus here. Yes, and clean it up. But it can be really tough when, you know, you're still in the scramble. There are still like poison clouds and projectiles on screen, and you have to regain back to normalcy to make sure you just don't get cursed again.
Solid pickup from JustATomato. Good blocks, the chicken block as well. But no, keep blocking for so long as JustATomato pops that OD, trying to get the damage from this confirmed, but drops the combo.
Okay, past the hit grab, but what a good anti-air there from Tsubasa. And with that, we'll get the curse. No burst available for Tomato.
Clouds are active, the bugs are active, the flash kicks are active. stopping Tubazo in his tracks, but Tubazo does not need to approach at all, fooling him from full screen, setting out the swarm, feeding the swarm. What's it going to be now?
Look at the mobility
super
pass! Able to get back to super, make sure that he did not get cursed off of that, and with that sweep, Tomato now taking the game advantage here, 2-1.
What patience from JustATomato as well. In all those situations, remember, whenever we go for the air approach, we're always expecting JustATomato to try and go for an anti-air, but instead, Tomato sitting there waiting for Arcane to drop, and then in that instance, Tubazo maybe getting a little impatient or trying to go for a grounded, but it instead gets caught out by Tomato's low. So really smart play to take that game 2-1, but we still have one more to go as we wait for Tubazo to reconnect to the lobby.
Yeah, and while we're waiting, folks, do not forget we do have a Matcherino tonight. You can scroll up a little bit just to find that link there. Let's get a few more of those codes claims. Again, we have 925 right now, but a lot of that is coming from the direct contribution. Once again, big shout out to Sensei Cream Puff. So get in there, claim a code.
At $9.25, like you said, 33 codes remaining. Go ahead and do us, actually, not us, do the players a favor.
In that Blaze Blue waiting room, unfortunate disconnect. Again, set count pretty close still. Tomato pulling ahead in games, but definitely Tubazo can start with the run back here.
Tubazo pulling to the side, pulling out his phone, calling his lifeline. Help! What do I do against Kagura?
Bro, win!
We called Serpent up. It's like, Serpent! Hey, Serpent! How do I beat Kagura?
Tubazo so good beforehand with the teleport, kind of whiff punishes there on the C buttons. And we saw, like you were saying, you know, mixing up the air approach, making sure that that BFAF was not free. Tomato's so good at placing those anti-airs. And Tubazo able to eventually break some ankles.
I think we're still waiting on an answer on that disconnect here. But also, remember, we do have that Boston Blue Beat monthly coming in as well on December 7th this weekend over in Boston. If you're in that area, make sure to go ahead and support the local. 4 p.m. Blaze Blue, 5 p.m. Under Night, and 6 p.m. Guilty Gear Strive, and a lot of other games along with it. And as I was talking about that ad, we're getting straight back into the swing of things here as Tubazo is back in the lobby to throw hands with JustATomato once again. JustATomato one more game from winning this set, and Tubazo needs to win 2 in a row to stay alive in the bracket and hopefully get another chance at Loser Side Grand Finals against Quetzalgoatl sitting on the winning side up there.
Yeah, feels like it could be anyone's game right now. Well, navigating that poison cloud, JustATomato making sure that he does not take any chip curse. Trying to get in, but a throw counter from Tubazo. Finds the curse as well with that projectile.
The TP.
Yeah, Tomato able to capitalize on that drop with the reversal, but gets hit.
Yeah, you can see JustATomato trying to go for block strings against Tubazo, but while he's in curse, there's not much you can do as the bugs interrupt you like that.
Yeah. Really, I mean, not a situation you're put in that often as well, where you're able to run pressure while Arcane has you cursed. So not a situation players are going to have much experience with dealing. Oh no, can't quite find the confirm, can't get the curse. Now Tubazo walking into the BFAF, gonna really hurt here and get put in the corner after the side swap.
A solid confirm into a solid round here for JustATomato. One more round to go here.
Oh no! This is a bad start for Tomato. Once again, this is anyone's game. Tubazo.
No burst either.
They can easily run it off of this. That bait was so good from Tubazo, but what a call out. Tomato had not seen Arakune there, but just had a feeling Tubazo was going to teleport there, throwing out the CFAF preemptively.
Oh, I love the delay there to avoid the fireball.
Yeah, we saw the foot invul there on the 6C. Tubazo going over that, and now in a super dominant position with the CFAF bait. Maybe gives burst back, but no, will deny it. I don't even think. I think he just died to the bugs.
Yeah, that was really weird, actually. Wait, what happened? I saw the Astro. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, cool. He's locking out the burst because the burst was about to come back, and then the cinematic just did not play. that was a first, honestly.
Let's go. Oh my god.
Anyways, we're now setting at a 2-2 fault. It's anyone's game at this point.
Had to interrupt the set because it was too good.
Good corner combo from JustATomato. Lots of damage here. Tubazo already in critical health. Needs to be connected to life support.
Yeah, this life lead Tomato has got is pretty good right now, but a few curses could definitely affect that in a very negative way for Tomato. And here it starts. Burst baited once again, so this curse is going to stick. Tomato gonna be stuck in the situation.
Okay, but we're gonna go for the counter assault, but getting stuck with these bugs, you cannot get any type of block strings off.
No,
try to take back your turn.
Just as you get uncursed, you get cursed again.
Oh no, doesn't finish it.
No, we went into the poison cloud Tomato. Oh no, oh no. Disaster for Tomato. Yeah, so dead. Double super, I think, Doug.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Into the spider, laser to the sky. Setting out the beacon there. Tubazo taking the first round of game number 5.
Yeah, really wising up as to where Tomato is trying to burst these curse combos. And it was especially hard because Tomato's trying to burst on the wall bounce. But because Tomato was too close to the wall, it was easy enough for Tubazo to just jump forward and block it.
And once again, we're seeing that same situation. Tubazo in critical life, but it looks like we're not going to be able to get another chance here as JustATomato with a perfect evens things up once again. The back and forth. We're at final game, final round here. Tubazo without any burst or overdrive finds the first hit, but doesn't have any curse applied just yet. And JustATomato finding a hit. We hopefully try and send Tubazo into the corner, but looks like that's not going to be the plan.
Okay. IB there as we just stall it out in the air. Tomato avoiding that very dangerous hit, just swinging with the 6C, trying to control the air. Does find a JC, but that is only chip damage. Needs more than that.
See, there's a lot of attempts to bait out these anti-airs, but they're all not working the way that Tubazo is intending. Even when we try to teleport to the ground, we're still getting hit by the bottom half of those DP hitboxes, and Tubazo almost going down, spends the burst, staying alive, trying to get curse applied at least once in this final round, but it's not going to happen as JustATomato jumps up with the simple JA air-to-air to secure the set and secure his place into Lucid Grand Finals.
Yeah, still so consistent to the end there, Tomato. Always cool as a cucumber, dealing with these hard situations. And just waiting for that teleport to react to with the JAJC. Very clean there.
All right, was that a VeggieTale reference?
I hope not.
It might have been
unintentional VeggieTales reference.
Yeah, it might have been unintentional. But I was like, wait a minute, tomato, cucumber, okay.
that was unintentional. I'm just a big cool with a cucumber analogy guy.
Nah,
just gets into
like
everything. Here we go. Tomato going up against Quetzalgoatl.
Here we are. Grand Finals. Quetzalgoatl with such a dominant run so far, yet to drop a single game in this entire bracket. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 3-0 against Tubazo as well. It might have been a hard-fought 3-0, but a 3-0 nonetheless is now playing against JustATomato, who actually went down to loser's side pretty early on in the tournament. Before top 8 has made its way all the way up here in losers. This is going to be the grand finals for tonight. Let's see how this runs out.
And it Quetzalgoatl versus Tomato, two hard hitters. Gonna fight it out here. Make air dash attempt. ODR not gonna do too much for Tomato here. Gonna be kind of missing that resource if he ever gets hit here. You do usually want to burst Susanoo as if he was Aracuni to make sure he doesn't get too many unlocks, and Tomato's not going to do that.
At all, and there's going to be a good amount of damage here. Not going to be the most damage, just because we don't have all the necessary seals, and but also because Quetzalgoatl was going for a bit of a different routing, trying to get the Blade of Judgment once again. This is a special move that Quetzalgoatl really loves to use, and it's going to be really effective in this matchup just because it outspaces all of Kagura's biggest normals.
Exactly, but the pressure is on here. Tomato taking this corner positioning. DFAP not going to connect and has to spend the meter to keep it safe. Well positioned.
Well, these characters known for the high damage, known for the snowball of the potential, and right now JustATomato is snowballing. That snowball is getting bigger and bigger, and Quetzalgoatl wants to stop that immediately. Garthras gets out of that situation. Ground Viper into the OD, and we're trying to go for that OD super here, I think.
Yeah, locking out the burst from Tomato, making sure that he cannot interact with it. And with this many seals, it should be enough. The laser beam, more than enough to clean it up. Quetzalgoatl taking the first round.
Yeah, very smart rooting. That super does more damage the more seals he has unlocked, and with OD, it automatically unlocks everything, which is one of the coolest things about that super interaction. Here we go. Already unlocking Ground Viper and DP right off the bat. 2 counter hits here. That's going to be really good for JustATomato, especially with the corner carry that Kagura boasts. Something that we haven't highlighted nearly enough.
Into the corner. Oh! What a bait there, and again making sure that it whiffed so that the meter couldn't be spent to making it safe. The back and forth from these two is unbelievable.
And both players going to the final round here of game number 1 with Overdrive and Burst on the table. Alright, who gets to spend what?
Okay. Position can't get too much off of that blue beat, and now Quetzalgoatl back to the corner here. Not happy with that based on the scramble. You can see Quetzalgoatl trying to get out with the double jump. That just gives Tomato opportunity to lock the doors a little tighter.
I like these jumps in the corner as well because it's forcing a reaction from JustATomato, and Quetzalgoatl can use that to his advantage, as we saw right there. Air dashing out of the corner. But Quetzalgoatl chasing JustATomato up into the air, grabbing him with the throw here. Not enough to kill, I don't think. Actually, no, we have a lot of resources. So JustATomato spending that burst to be on the safe side.
Yeah, unfortunately, Quetzalgoatl did not have any way to lock out the burst from Tomato, so the second Tomato saw a chance to get out of it, definitely spent it. But Quetzalgoatl still going to take it off of that JC, taking the advantage with the advantage of being on the winner's side of Grand Finals.
Nearly 5C, tossing out the tail, contending with Kagura's big normals as well. Okay, throw in the corner. Good start for Quetzalgoatl.
Races once again connecting with that meaty throw. That has been the plan the last couple of mixes and getting so much damage off of it.
The chase down into the air dash JD Unlocked another seal. The orb not going to be as important.
Wow.
That 5. That 60 overhead. Doing so much work.
2, action.
Made up of not finishing these combos.
Okay, good IB there, making sure to have the frame advantage when you decide to challenge the stance follow-ups. Quetzalgoatl still playing passive on that. Defense here. Catching there, the miss input from Tomato gonna really hurt. Level 3 tackle ready to go. That's gonna give it an opportunity to combo off of any sort of straight hit. Now, both players playing really slow here.
And you kind of have to, but an early jump from Quetzalgoatl will cause him to get stuck into the fireball.
Out here, the dominance, though, from Quetzalgoatl, the confidence of being on winner's side. You can really feel it in the way that these two are feeling each other out. Retreating, but the trade works out for Tomato. Kagura really swinging with those big buttons.
Quetz sacrificing that round so he can hold on to that burst here. Once again, JustATomato, but differently from last time, JustATomato off to a strong start. 5K looking nice, but a throw attempt is going to be going punished as Quetzalgoatl reacts to it accordingly with an OD used as a bit of a pause button.
Out here. Double jump. Level 2 Sonic Spin will be annoying once we get back to neutral, though. Quetzalgoatl can just hide behind that pillar.
The ground Viper catching JustATomato low.
I wonder if that was safe because Quetzalgoatl would have built the meter to RC it, and now taking the lead even farther now. 2-0 in favor of Quetzalgoatl.
On the winner's side as well, this is such a tough position to be in if you're Tomato. The fact that you have to win 3 games in a row, and you also have to win another 3 games after a potential reset.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel,
Quetz in such a confident position, and you can see that confidence in his play so far. Like you pointed out, he's playing at his own pace, playing patient, and just honestly making so many correct decisions.
Yeah, just out of his mind right now. Quetzalgoatl, such a confident player. Answering with no meter to back it up. Nothing to make it safe. Swinging with that DP. Get over the projectile. Going for it again.
And the ground Viper, once again, hitting in these block string situations, and JustATomato not respecting it.
Quetzalgoatl, plenty of good seals here, and overdrive / burst to make it out. Will we see the spend? Could just take, keeping it for the next round.
Yeah, there were multiple points to get a burst off, but being stuck in the corner as well is a difficult position to get out of, so Quetzalgoatl wanting to start the slate off fresh and hoping to look a little bit stronger at the get-go.
All right, dash forward. Tomato trying to change the story here. Really good starting play. Oh, but does route in a way that loses the corner. Gonna be hurting from that.
Great jumps, and once again, great patience from Quetzalgoatl, showing that we don't need to be doing any air actions outside of really just blocking until we find an opportunity to punish JustATomato for their approach. The DPRC, the air throw as well, getting scooped up.
Dangerous drop. Tomato. No! Oh, disaster.
And with that, JustATomato takes his first game of the set. Still has to win 2 games in a row, however, but now starting to bite at the heels of Quetzalgoatl.
fate is turning. Rebel,
Yeah, I mean, Quetzalgoatl still with a pretty high lead here, but nice projectile invul with the Wyvern getting past the gunshot of the 6A.
Great OD. Going to be punishing that instant overhead attempt from JustATomato. And once again, JustATomato not respecting these far-reaching lows that Quetzalgoatl has.
Yeah. What to deal with here, Tomato. Making this really good corner positioning. Threatening over the DP. Making it whiff. Making sure to lock out that DPRC. Deny it. And now Tomato down on games, but up here. Quetzalgoatl staying alive, knowing that the RC Super could have been coming after that, but risking a lot, giving up an important resource to play here.
Oh, but looks like that resource may be... Oh, no! The combo drop! It was almost such a great spend there because Quetzalgoatl actually probably could have killed or gotten really close to killing with that combo. But in these tense moments, the drops do happen, and now JustATomato is on a roll so far. Suddenly things have changed. The tables have turned.
Oh yeah, Tomato looking like the really confident one here. Does get the DP unlock off of that block string though. Will be looking a little bit better. And you see Tomato swinging with that guard point a lot more. And that's because Susanoo really struggles to put out lows. The fact that that guard point is only weak to lows makes it really hard for Susanoo to match into it.
Anti-air dash in. Solid patience here.
Keeping the turn, but can't punish the counter assault. But it's fine because Tomato can't convert off of it either.
Ground Viper,
Punish,
we
tries
don't
to
have
be
ways. Yeah, we don't have ways to cancel it safely. The spin will land, however. A good starter, but we're not going to be able to kill with this combo. Not yet, at least. Unless we just go for the DPRC as a meaty.
All right, now Quetzalgoatl in striking range of taking the tournament.
And we're seeing that confidence come back to Quetzalgoatl. The color is rushing back into his face as he finds the first hit for what could potentially be the final round. All of the relevant specials are unlocked. Spin, Ground Viper, DP. And the last one we need is that Blade of Judgment, and Quetzalgoatl will be set for life.
Wrong, we gotta get God Press. Splurge on the God Press. Oh, unfortunate whiff. The punish taken by Quetzalgoatl. Finding the air throw off the air dash.
That's the ground. Okay. DP Ender there. Orb is also going to be playing a role. Not able to kill. That was a bit of an awkward hit. One more hit on JustATomato, and we beat the guard thrust. Quetzalgoatl is your winner for Boston Blue V tonight.
Oh my gosh. What a run tonight and a dominating defeat of Tomato. We saw the rally back, but in the end, it was Quetzalgoatl taking it. And after the big upset of Dom, Quetzalgoatl just seeming untouchable the rest of the night.
That one game that JustATomato got against Quetzalgoatl proved that gods truly can bleed. And with that, folks, that was Boston Blue V tonight. Remember, before y'all leave, we still have that Matcherino codes that need to be claimed. So if you haven't already, please go ahead, !Matcherino in the chat, follow that link, and connect your account to. Just hit that button, claim a code, add 25 cents to the pot. We're now sitting at $10.50, so we can get these players paid out just a little bit for their time here at this tournament, giving us some fantastic matches for Blaze Blue.
Yep. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good Monday and a great rest of your week. Thanks for tuning in at Boston Blue Peas.